If you clicked on this video, chances are you're a young guy who's in school or university, and you're trying to increase your productivity in order to get more done in a less amount of time, and you want to actually do good in school. And increasing or improving your productivity is not going to help you with just school, but your life in general. Whether you end up doing a 9 to 5 career, a business, whatever you can think of, productivity will help you have a better life. So when we talk about productivity, we're assuming that you're past you're past the level where like you can actually sit down and focus and like turn off your monkey brain without being constantly distracted by your notifications or your phone or whatever it is, and always constantly like every 5 minutes dozing off and wandering or daydreaming, right? If you're not past that level, then I'm gonna put this video on the cards. It's called "How to Increase Your Focus," because you have to first actually get focused enough to sit down for 10 minutes straight at least minimum, and then after that you can actually work on your productivity to get more output for that work that you're putting in. And I wanted to talk about 4 things in this video that could help you increase your productivity and bring on a new level that you've never seen before. The first thing, and I believe the most important, is your diet. You have to optimize your diet in order to increase your productivity, because your brain cognition really depends on the food that you put into your body. The nutrients that you get from your foods are the same nutrients that actually fuel your brain, and as the nutrients you use when you do work. So the better, theoretically, the higher quality foods that you eat, realistically, like the better productivity and brain cognition you're gonna have. So I already talked a lot about diet, and I'll have the gym guide at the end of this video if you want to watch it, but watch this video first, and then you can watch my gym guide, and it'll be diet on there as well. I already talked a lot about diet, and I've also talked about intermittent fasting a lot, and that is actually a tip inside diet that I wanted to give you. So while you're getting those quality foods, I want you to implement intermittent fasting. Maybe not an 8 hour window of eating. Maybe you can, realistically, 8 hours should be the biggest time window you should have during the day. So like, for example, a 10 to 6 or a 12 to 8 eating window. And outside of that, you don't really eat or drink anything that has calories. Yeah. And the reason why is intermittent fasting is not just going to help you with your fitness goals or whatever, but it also can help you with your brain cognition, because the energy that you use for your brain when you're digesting food, that energy becomes less because you're using more energy to digest the foods instead of using the energy to do your intellectual work. So when you fast and limit that digestion to a smaller window, then you can actually do work while just focusing on that work, instead of just feeling lethargic and sleepy and feeling heavy after eating a nice meal. So yeah, intermittent fasting is something that's definitely helped me with my productivity. Second thing, exercise. I talked a lot about diet and exercise in my gym guide, which I'm going to leave at the end of this video for you to watch after finishing this video. But yeah, exercise, again, something that's really going to help you with your productivity if you implement it well. Because think about it, like really honestly, like after 2 hours of doing like deep work, like your productivity is slowly gonna decline, because you can't keep 100% productivity and efficiency for a long time, because your mind is gonna like wear out, right? So I've seen that exercise has been a great thing that I use to kind of help me get my productivity back up, because it like kind of gives your mind a rest while you focus on your body, right? So whether it's going on a run, whether it's doing weightlifting, whatever it is, right? it helps you clear your mind, and I feel like after you've done that exercise, when you come back, you actually kind of get like a nice incline in your productivity and your focus in general. Number 3 is elimination. Often when we think about doing work and becoming more successful and and like getting more output, we think about what we can add, all the little habits that we can add, right? That's what we think about when we think about getting better. But honestly, after reading a bunch of books, especially like the 4-hour work week, I've realized that the better thing to do is actually eliminate. What things can you take out from your schedule? What little habits or tasks that don't actually give you much reward that you just keep doing because you're just kind of coping. If you can get rid of those things, you'll have more time in order to double down on the good things that you're already doing. So if you like check email, this is a good example. If you check email every morning, right? If you just do that at a set time, like let's say 4 p.m. every day, or honestly, what I do now is check once a week on Fridays, right? Fridays afternoon is the only time of the week I check emails, unless I'm expecting a really a time sensitive email that I actually need to reply to. Apart from that, I only check on Fridays because it saves me like minimum 5 minutes every day. Because think about it, you switch off, you check your email, and then when you back up, even if it takes you 2 minutes to check your email, it's gonna take you a lot longer to like fully get back into deep flow, right? So when it comes to elimination, what tasks can you get rid of? So when you get rid of your email checking to just once a week, you're giving yourself more time to do the things that which is like doing your homework, right? So you can just double down on that and do more of that while eliminating the things that don't give you as much output or reward. A book that helped me with eliminating and building habits was Atomic Habits, right? Maybe a lot of you guys have read it. It's a pretty popular book, but I've gone to some of the template pages that Atomic Habits gives, and I'm gonna link it down in the description in a Notion page, where there's a bunch of stuff like you can rate your habits, whether they're good, bad, or neutral. There's some implementation, habit stacking, habit tracking. I'm gonna put that down all in the description. If you really want to optimize how to build habits and how to actually, even in this situation, eliminate the habits that you shouldn't be doing anyways. The fourth thing that I wanted to talk about is a method that I use to increase my productivity, and it's actually it's the biggest improvement I've seen, like rather than the basics, which is diet and exercise. And if you guys know the YouTuber Hamza, he's talked about this a lot, and that's where I got this method from. And when I tried it the first time, I could tell this is gonna actually change my productivity onto the next level. And the method is called Eat the Frog. So when you think, it's like this dilemma where if you've been offered to eat a frog, you have to eat a frog and you have to eat a meal. And it's like they give you the choice, either eat the nice meal first and the frog after, or the frog before and then the nice meal after. If you think about it, you should eat the frog first and then you eat the meal after, because then after that you'll forget the taste of the frog. So it's kind of the same thing, like the hardest task of the day, you do that right when you wake up. Like literally, you wake up, you shower, you get going. Like you just do that biggest task. So if it's that one assignment or that one exam prep that you need to do, that's the biggest task of your day today, then that's what you do exactly when you wake up. Because as soon as you eat the frog, you'll get rid of so much anxiety, and you're not going to be overwhelmed anymore knowing that you did the most important task you have to do today. Like imagine 3 hours after you wake up, you've already done the most important task of the day. You're going to feel so much more relieved. And even if you don't do much after that for the rest of the day, you're still going to be proud of yourself for getting a lot of being productive, right? Because it's only a few important tasks a day that actually you should be doing. It's not like you're not going to do 10 big tasks a day. It's only usually 1 or 2. And if you use this method of eating the frog, you can actually, well, it's gonna skyrocket your productivity. Because if you don't do it first thing in the day, it's gonna keep lingering in your mind, like, oh, I haven't done this yet, I haven't done this yet, until you do it. So, wanna just get rid of that freaking anxiety and just do it first thing in the morning. And I'm also gonna link down in the description a habit tracker template in order for you to track your habits and make sure you're actually staying consistent with them. Because when you eliminate the meaningless ones, you actually have to double down and stay really consistent with the ones that are going to yield you the most output. So the actionable step that I had for you in this video is to think of the big task that you want to do tomorrow. What's your biggest task tomorrow? And do it right when you wake up. Eat the frog. And I'm going to be leaving the gym guide here for you to watch to look more about exercise and diet.